Welcome to another Erik Wait whiskey study. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Octomore 8.1. This is the most heavily peated whiskey from Bruichladdich Distillery. I first tasted this at the distillery in June 2018. However, I didn't pick one up there because this is a widely distributed whiskey. However, it's extremely popular and they do seem to sell out very, very fast. I paid $175 for this one, and when I went back to look to see if I could get another one after I tasted this, they had already sold out. Goes for anywhere between $175 and $200 a bottle. Not an inexpensive bottle, but as I just said, extremely popular. So if you've got one available and you're on the fence as to whether or not you want to buy it, after this review, I think you're going to want to go ahead and pull the trigger. But before I get into this whiskey, here are my notes. Octomore Masterclass 8.1. Bruichladdich Octomore is Bruichladdich Distillery's most peaty whiskey. The distillery is located on the Rins of Islay. It mainly produces single malt whiskey, both peated and unpeated, but it also produces a gin as well. The Octomore series is named after James Brown's farm, which is located just above Port Charlotte on Islay, Scotland. The farm produces the crops used to make what Bruichladdich calls the most heavily peated barley humanly possible. Back in 1816, Octomore Farm once housed a distillery of its own that has long since crumbled into ruin, the remnants of which were used in the building of fences. Octomore Masterclass 8.1 American Oak peat is at 187 parts per million. It is aged for 8 years from 2009 to 2017 in first fill American oak casks. 42,000 bottles were produced at 59.3% alcohol by volume. Alrighty, so I did an uncorking of this on my own, and then probably somewhere below the neck. It's hard to tell how far you're into the bottle because it is completely opaque. It's a beautiful bottle, but it's this opaque black, really just an attractive bottle, but you can't tell how far you are down into it. I wish they'd put a line or something so you could see how far you drank into it. So I tasted this before I did a live show with Keith from A Malted Man Cave, and then went through probably at least 2 or 3 drams during that live stream, and just absolutely love this whiskey. From the weight of it, shaking it around, I have a feeling I'm probably further than the halfway mark. I think within a week or so, I've already gotten it down somewhere down near the base of the bottle. But it's an absolutely spectacular whiskey. This whiskey is also superb straight from the neck. Has it improved as I've gotten further down through it? Perhaps, but it's absolutely superb right out of the neck. All right, visually, sort of a golden copper color on the nose. Very intense, concentrated, and interwoven aromas of very dark black chocolate. There is a sort of, it's not a smoke in terms of a like I might get it from a cloud of smoke billowing up out of a fire, but rather a fire that has already gone out. So it's one in which, you know, the fire has gone out, someone's poured water onto it, and the smoke is a sort of damp, concentrated, and sort of a dense character to it. It has a lot of fruit notes, very intense fruit notes. It's got maybe some tropical notes, maybe some mango, maybe a little bit of citrus, some lemon, but also some peach. It's just got a lot going on there, layers and layers and layers of different kind of fruits, citrus, maybe even some grilled apple, chocolate for days. It's just got a lot of chocolate on it. Hints of spice, perhaps some cinnamon, vanilla. It has that candy bar character to it. Or you got chocolate wrapping around nuts and nougat and all the good things that we like. It has maybe even a bit of lemon lime, but like a candied lemon lime. All right, on the palate. Intense and concentrated flavors. It is just full throttle, a big, powerful punch of flavors. Really long. It sticks around for a really long time. It has a nice evolution. I would say maybe up front, you know, I'm getting the chocolate first, and then the fruit maybe comes out in the mid palate, and then what hangs around is some spice. Chocolate covered peaches, lemon, yellow apple with some nuts, intensely salty. It is very salty. So a dark black chocolate that is salted with maybe a little bit of nuttiness to it, perhaps a little bit of almonds going on in there. It is sweet, and it is sweet from start to finish. The sweetness doesn't taper off. And what you're left with is a smoky chocolate. I was thinking, maybe the smoke, you know, I was describing it as a smoke of a fire that's gone out. But it's almost like a smoke, or like a tar smoke that's on a telephone pole, like a creosote that they put on telephone poles. But you don't get that on the palate. You're not tasting tar and creosote. But you do get an aftertaste as if, you know, if you're smoking maybe some sweet tobacco while eating some chocolate. This is a phenomenal whiskey. Where am I going to give it in terms of scores? I'm going to go at 94 points. This is superb. If you got the money and you're willing to spend and you can get one, pull the trigger, buy one. Don't hesitate, because they're going to be gone right away. This is just an absolutely phenomenal whiskey and a potential, it's a contender. Even though we're still very early in 2019, this is a contender to make my top 10 for 2019. And again, as I said, you don't have to go to the distillery to get it. It does have fairly decent distribution. All right, that's it for this video. If you subscribe to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you haven't yet subscribed, but you like watching my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and other social networking channels. And until next time, cheers. Hey, if you like my review, be sure to check out these other whiskey videos.